and welcome to Old Time Knits. This is episode 47. Today is August 22nd, 2025. My name is Marie and I'm coming to you from central New Hampshire. This is my channel where I share all of my fun, fibery making, mostly knitting, sometimes crocheting, and also some spinning. So if that sounds like something you would enjoy, then come on in and let's get started. Well, it is so good to be here. It has been all summer since I was able to record a podcast, and it's just been like everybody else, busy. Summertime tends to be that way for me. I am a camper and I take my grandkids camping with me, and so husband and kids and grandkids, we've all been doing the camping adventures, and hubby and I snuck off a few times by ourselves, so that keeps you really busy. And then we had a little turbulence in our family, nothing major, scary, and nothing that we can't handle, but it does affect your ability to go on with a normal situation. So we're working through that, and it's all good and all positive, and it's great to be back. All right, so I'm just going to jump right in. I will talk a little bit more about lifey stuff. I have a little bit of video footage from a couple of places that we have been local to us. Sitting by a lake is my favorite thing to do, knitting, and we had a couple of chances to do that too. So, all right, look what I'm wearing. This is my first finished object. I do have video footage of it and myself in it to share with you. This is Ilha by Orlane Suchi. It is a top-down yoke with raglan increases. I love that because it gives you a good fit. It does have short rows in the back. It's a textured yoke that has written and charted instructions. I also like that very much. I have a little bit of trouble with charts sometimes, so I appreciate that the designer takes the time to write out those instructions too. It has these beautiful, lovely braids that go down the side. I call them braids. I think that's what it said in the pattern. That was a nice description of them, with some twisted ribbing on the sleeves and the hem. The only modification that I did was I picked up approximately 20 less stitches around the neck to bring it in a little bit. All right, I'm going to talk about the yarn. This is so popular. This is my first time using this yarn, and it is the Sandusgarn Lena. Sorry. And it is a mix of items. It's 53% cotton, 33% visco, 14% linen. And this is considered a worsted weight, and I would say it's really not. It's pretty thin to be considered a worsted weight. Anyway, it knit up fine. I didn't have much trouble with it at all. If I'm being honest, the fabric is a little heavy, like weighty heavy, and I'm not sure I could. Not sure I could wear this in the heat, even though there is a good cotton content in it. I also don't like that cotton tends to stretch out. This has a lot more positive ease than I like, and the reason I don't like that is because it tends to make things bunch up. I probably should have cut this off a little bit more to bring it in a little bit more, but it's fine, and I will enjoy wearing it. And this was a buddy project with my buddy Sue. We do a lot of projects together. Also, the neckline on this didn't have any ribbing. It was just picking it up and then knitting a row and binding it off, and that was kind of neat. If I'm being honest, it's still a little wide for me. You know, if you've watched me, you know that I have slopey shoulders is what I'm told. So things tend to want to fall down on me. So I'm always fidgeting like with it, and that drives me nuts. Hopefully I don't keep doing that. If I feel like I'm going to keep doing that, I'm going to get changed. All right. I'm already doing it. I do have some notes. I have a lot to go through today, a lot of finished objects because I haven't been here in so long. The next item that I have for finished object is my second one of these. And this was a favorite. This is the Riffle by Carmen, I can never remember her name, Heffernan. And this is a crochet shawlette. I love it. This is, like I said, the second one that I've made, and so easy. I'm not an expert crocheter, but I can do okay with those types of things, but I love it. And the first one I made was in a yak base, and this one is in it's Sonder yarn in their gray space. Unfortunately, they no longer carry this base, but it's got merino cashmere and silk, so it's super drapey. And this is in the Ogilvy colorway, so almost exactly one skein is and there was very little left over. So yeah, this is my second one of these. I know that I'm gonna wear these. I love how this curls on the end like that. I think it gives it a little character. I mean, you certainly can knot the ends too, so that that adds a little bit more style to them as well. But yeah, I just really enjoyed the process of this knit as well as the finished project. So yeah, so that is another finish. You said you've seen the other one before. Also, I just wanted to say that I will have everything linked down below with all of my project pages. Let me just step back for a minute to that. I used a G hook, which I am not quite sure what size that is. I think it's a 4.5 millimeter needle, but I'm not sure. It's a relatively easy pattern. It goes fast, but you should have some crochet experience if you're going to tackle it. So awesome. Okay, I'm going to move through pretty quickly because I have a lot to get through. The next item is also a buddy project. I'm always getting my buddy in trouble. I saw this somewhere, I'm not sure where, and thought it would be kind of a fun, quick thing to do up. So I'm going to show it to you first. Here it is. Whoops, sorry. It's a bag, and it is crocheted. It's a drawstring bag with a round base. And crocheted handles. So we purchased this as a kit from Lion Brand. It is using their 24/7 cotton. This is it here, and this is the amber colorway. It came with 3 skeins, and this is pretty much all we had left of it. On a USJ hook, which is a size 10, 6 millimeter, and this is these are the hooks that I like. These are Susan Bates, and they are her Ergo grip, so they have a nice handle on them, and they have this style hook on it. A closed hook, I think they call that, instead of an open. And I have found that I've really enjoyed using those. So this is comprised of 6 rectangles that are joined together to the base. So you crochet the base first, and then the 6 rectangles, and it's quite an assembly process. I was not super excited about that, but nevertheless, I did it wrong. I got turned around, and so these are joined with the seams on the inside instead of on the outside. But I had 2 of them done when I realized it, and I just said I'm not going back. And it is a little, this was a new to me technique. It's a crochet I-cord, which was super easy for a drawstring. And then a crochet strap. And then these little clasps, they show them in the actual pattern. And I purchased them off of Amazon. If anybody's interested, I can find them and link them down below. And they just are hooked into the side of the bag. So my handle did stretch out a little bit more than I actually wanted it to, but all in all, I'm happy with it. It's very weighty, so the bottom tends to fall like that. But nevertheless, it's a cute bag. And it's, you know, it's got a great texture pattern on it. It probably would be better if it was lined. Things may fall through it, but all in all, I'm really, it's pretty cute. Yeah. So it was a kit from Lion Brand. It was very inexpensive, and it was kind of a good, different challenge for me. I have never pieced anything together like that. So super happy with that. And I probably use it as a project bag. I don't know. Maybe I'll bring it. I'm going to New York in October. I'm not going to Rhinebeck. I'm going to all the pre-Rhinebeck stuff because I had a scheduling conflict for Rhinebeck, but I didn't want to miss out on any of the fun before. They have some great things going on before Rhinebeck, pre-Rhinebeck shows or events. So I'm taking my buddy and we are going. So we are trying to see what we can make to take along. So that's one of them. Anyway, I got off track there. Sorry. All right. My next finished object is a pair of DK socks. Yay. All right. I had these in the car as my car knitting, and these were so fun. Again, you know, we always say how fun self-striping is. So DK, 48 stitches, I think 12 rounds here, 40 rounds here, heel flap and gusset, and then almost 50 rounds, maybe 46 rounds on the foot and a rounded toe. These are for me. I am a woman's size 11 and a half-ish. So I have a big foot, but this yarn, this is one of my favorite dyers. Just love it. This is Polka Dot Creek, whom I adore and love so much. I've been obsessed with their self-striping. This is DK, 75% merino, 25% nylon, 245 yards to 100 grams. And it is their vintage Christmas card color, and that's all I had left. The contrast for the heel was just a random mini that I had in my stash that I used because I wasn't, with my big foot, I don't always have enough on a DK skein to make it through a whole thing. It might have been close. It would have been very, very close. But anyway, I just want to say I am so sad at what's happening to our Canadian vendors. They are no longer going to be shipping to the US, and I totally understand it, but it just saddens me because when you find somebody that you love so much, it's sad, and it's kind of it kind of hurts because I'd really like to continue to support them, but hopefully maybe it'll only be temporary. I don't know, but hats off to all the Canadians who have the guts to make these decisions. It's not easy for anybody involved. One of my favorite dyers. Anyway, so yeah, that's and those are for me for my this year's Christmas socks. Hooray me! Okay, the next thing that I have, is a little off the mark for me. I'm fidgeting, sorry. I didn't think that I could accomplish this. It was a rather big task, a little daunting, but my friend Judy from the Autumn Acorn did the most amazing crochet blanket with granny squares. I will link her. She did a vlog, maybe it was a June or a July vlog where she had completed it, and she shows it on her bed. It's awesome. Or I mean, it appealed to me. And I kept thinking, oh my gosh, I have so many scraps. So I decided to, Judy was kind enough to share what she did with me. And over the course of about 6 weeks, I completed the squares for the blanket. Judy did 30 squares. These are them. Just a basic granny square. Nothing super fancy. But I just grabbed all my skeins, partial skeins, minis, anything I could find. I just grabbed them and started crocheting these squares. It's nuts how fast they go. I won't show you all of them. I have 42 of them here. Judy did 30 squares for her full-size bed, and I wanted to put this on my bed in my camper, which is a queen size. So I did 42 squares. Honestly, I cannot remember the measurement. I want to say they're 8 by 8 squares. But just a basic granny square. And so once I got the initial granny square pattern down in my head, I just went ahead and just did them. I always had one on my hook. And talk about a great portable project. All summer I had them with me. So I decided to hold putting it together because when I completed, it was in the midst of all the 90-degree hot. And I just couldn't face having a big blanket on my lap. So anyway, it's DK weight. Some of my squares, some of them were fingering held double, and some of them were DK. And really, there's really not any difference in them. So I was able to use up so many scraps and partial skeins. It just made me so happy. So I used a US H size 8 5mm hook. Same thing. There's that. Let's see if I can get it to show better. Susan Bates. Sorry. This is her ergonomic one. Come on, camera. It's focusing on me. And it's upside down. Anyway, you get the idea. I really liked these. Of course, I have longer fingers, so and I'm an overhand crocheter. It gave me a little bit more to grip on. Sometimes the regular size hooks just didn't have enough for me to maneuver. So yes, that is still kind of a work in progress, but I was so proud of the fact that I stuck to it, and I cannot wait to assemble it. Again, I am waiting just until the weather's a little cooler. It's getting there. It's starting to really feel like fall now. So I also have done a little bit of spinning. It was Tour de Fleece in July. I did not really participate in that, but I did do some spinning. I have said it before and I'll say it again. Spinning, it just soothes my soul. And when I have too much on in my brain and it gets clogged, I just go to my wheel and spin. I love it so much. I have my spinning wheel. It's just to the right of me here. In sight, because I found when I put it in the back room or in my craft room, I just wasn't using it as much, kind of out of sight, out of mind. So I'm so happy to have it readily available. I just jump on it any old time that I feel like it. Sometimes it's only for 5 minutes, but it doesn't matter. Waiting for something to boil, I'll come and pop on it. Anyway, all that to say, I have 2 completed spins, and I also had a very special day with my friend Sue. She came down from the North Country, and we worked together to get her spinning wheel up and functioning properly so that she can join me in the spinning world. It was really a good, it was a really special day, and we got her up and functioning, and she's addicted too, so I love that story. All right, here is my first spin. This is called, to get out of there, Pink Lemonade. Isn't it funny how when you spin, you end up with so much variation? I love this. It is so squishy, soft. This is fiber from Dark Lake Fiber Art. It is 100% Rambouillet, and it is in the Pink Lemonade color. I think I may have a picture of this before I spun it. I'm trying to do that so that I can share. That's really all I have to say about it. I don't even know what I really have for yardage. I can't remember. I was so excited to have it spun up. Don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but it is so soft. So wonderfully soft. So great job, Carrie, on your dyeing. Carrie is the dyer behind Dark Lake Fiber. Okay, that was the first one. And then this was the second one. I think that was the first time I did Rambouillet. I'm not sure. But anyway, here's the next one. And wow, to this color. Wow. Oh, I loved it so much. I ended up with a total of just shy of 400 yards between the two. So that was a pretty thin spin for me. And this is the first time I also, or maybe the second time, I'm babbling, sorry. Okay, this is the dyer. It's Into the World, and the color is Shangri effin' La. And it's Blue Face Lester. This person has the most amazing colors, lots of dark and moody, and I really like her fibers. I had done a Falkland from her in the past. So yes, so that was a lot of spinning. I was really proud of myself for that. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with those. It doesn't really matter. The process of spinning and the joy that it brings me is just everything. So yeah. All right, I'm going to move on to my whips. I have just 2 of them that I'm going to share with you today because this is getting very long. I don't have that many more. Anyway, my first one is In a Bag by Mrs. Brown's Bag. I love this one. I don't think she's any longer doing them. I've had that for many years, but it's a fun bag. I use it a lot. Right, I'm going to show you this. If I can get it together and hold it up correctly. Here it is. Okay, it's a shawl. It starts here. It's kind of hard to show. You get the idea. There we go. Love, love, love this. Okay, so this is called Variations, and it is by Brian Smith. He has a ton of designs. The thing that appealed most about this for me was it was DK. And I have a lot of DK in stash, and it was 3 colors. And I have had these 3 colors in my stash for quite some time, and I thought that they all went very well together. and I was so happy to be able to put them together. So I will talk about this a little bit. What size needle am I on? I am on a US 6 4mm needle, and this is a textured, all over textured design. So you start at the tip here and you work your way through. Part of the stitches at the end of this section go on hold, and you carry on and do the next section all the way to the tip here. And then you go back and you pick up all along that edge, all along the edge, and do this section. I do have one additional section in this color to do down here. So I'm a good 3/4 of the way through. I don't really have that much left to do. I have really enjoyed this. It was very engaging, but not overly complicated. And every section adds a little bit of variation. Ha, no pun intended. All right, I'm going to talk about the yarn, my 3 color choices. So the first one that I used was in the in this rusty color. That's all I had left from a full skein. And it is by Dirty Water Dye Works, whom I love. I got this at, I think it was the Fiber Festival of New England. I'm not sure. One of those. It's her Lucia DK, which is 75 merino, 25% nylon, 246 grams, 246 yards to 100 grams, and it's in the acorn colorway, dyed in Boston. So that was the first color. And then the second color I got a while ago and have been dying to use it. And that was this color. This is for the second section. Beautiful, right? Some rusts, some blues. And that is from, yay, Needles at the Ready. In their Achilles DK, which is 75 merino, 25% nylon, 245 yards. And it is the Snowy River colorway. Beautiful. I got it with socks in mind, but then it paired so well with that other one. All right, and the third yarn that's currently on the hook to my knitting here is this. And this is Life in the Long Grass. Oh, sorry. Life in the Long Grass. In their 100% fine superwash merino DK twist. It is 251 yards, and the color is Storyteller. So yeah, Life in the Long Grass. So those 3 colors, I had them in my stash together, and they just really went well together. So I'm so happy to be using it. So this particular project, I am going to, I'm doing this as part of the Needles at the Ready knit along. It's called Let's Hear It for the Boys. And it is a knit along that you can either knit for a guy or crochet. Use a male designer, use an male yarn dyer. So I have Brian Smith as the designer and Needles at the Ready, Kevin, as one of my yarns. So I will be entering that in. They have a Ravelry group, Ravelry thread for it in their group, and I think there's a hashtag, which if I can locate it, I will put it on the screen. If not, I will put it in the notes down below. So yeah, that was my first work in progress. That one, it's been such an enjoyable knit. Talking with my buddy, and I think she's going to make one. If you have 3 skeins of DK, it just really a very enjoyable and engaging knit, not complicated at all. So, all right, and then my last, what do you call it? Work in progress. gosh, I'm a little rusty, um, is another buddy project. Of course, it's all tangled. When you pull them out of your bag, you get them all tangled. All right, and here it is. It's all crumpled. Okay, so this is the Autumn League by Two of Wands. I will put her name on the screen. I have to look it up. It is a top-down raglan with this fun, fancy little X cross thing at the neckline. Just a basic raglan, something almost sweatshirty. I'm doing this on a US size 7, 4.5 millimeter, and I'm doing a size 3. And I will have a little bit of positive ease. I think my gauge is 20 stitches, and I think it calls for 21. So bigger, less stitches equals more in size. So it will come out with a little bit more positive. I think that's correct. Good talk. Anyway, the yarn that I'm using is the Lion brand Cotton Jeans. I've never used this before. Super happy with how it's knitting up. It can be ever so slightly splitty, but not enough to annoy me. Very random, like every once in a while you catch your needle and it splits, but it's not constant. So this is classified as a sport weight light DK. It's 218 yards to 100 grams. It's 100% cotton, and this is the deep indigo. I am so happy with this color. They don't have a large selection of colors in this. Some grays and some blues, denim-y kind of things. But if they had other colors, I for sure would purchase some. I do like the deep, there's a deep charcoal that's very nice. So anyway, making good progress. I'm pretty close to the ribbing at the bottom, and super easy knit. Raglan increases, and I don't have too much to say about it. It's going it's just swell. Just going great, and easy, mindless in the round. And I will make this a long sleeve, which is what the pattern actually calls for. So I think I purchased 8 of these, I think, so that I could be sure to have enough. But if you haven't tried this yarn, it's impressive. It's not super expensive. It's on the Lion brand website. It's an online exclusive, I think. Yeah, so that is my only other work in progress that I'm going to share today. I am working on another blanket with my buddy, but I felt like that was enough for one episode. I will share when I have a little bit more done on that. Hey, the next thing I would like to share is a monthly subscription box that was sent to me by this company, and it's called Hooks and Needles. It is a monthly subscription box for crochet or knitting, and I have a lot of notes in front of me, so I would like to give you some information about this. I do have a video of what the actual box contains, but I am going to share it with you as well. This box has already been used because I made one of the projects, but it came with 3 skeins of yarn, a set of straight knitting needles needed for the project, and it did have a yarn weight gauge in it, which I have put with my notions. So this, let me back up. This is either a knitting or crochet box, and this was the knitting one. It also comes with a booklet and has 3 different projects to choose from. You can choose from a beginner, an intermediate or an advanced project, and all of the instructions are here in the booklet. And as well as the needles. So this was the first box, and this is the project that I did. This is called the Stitched Comfort Scarf. This is the beginner series. I can't show you too much, but they do give you some good instructional videos to help you through. So if you need help and assistance, then the instructions are very good, as well as you can contact them for support. And this was another project in this particular one, a wall hanging. That was the intermediate. And then the final project was this fun little bag. So that was for this month. I don't know exactly what month date this is, but anyway, here's all the other information for them. They are on Instagram, and you can follow them. So this is the little scarf that I did. Here it is. I almost can't see it with my... It's just a basic scarf, super easy, increases all down one side. This yarn was pretty nice. I just wanted to be able to try out and see what it was like. So this yarn, it's made in Portugal. It's 142 yards, 50 grams. It's 100% wool, and it's their own brand. I don't know what the color is on this. I don't think it matters. You do not have color choices on this. They just send you the box comes as a monthly kit like that with, you know, they choose the colors and all of that. So anyway, it was fun to be able to try this out. The person who contacted me was lovely to deal with, and all in all, I can highly recommend this. So if you're interested, I will leave a link down below, and I believe there's a coupon code, which I will also leave down below, but I'm pretty sure it's Marie 20, and I think it gives you 20% off your first box. I have to, I'll leave all the information down below. So anyway, thank you to the folks over at Hooks and Needles. The video is not sponsored, but they did gift this to me. It was fun. It was fun to try it out. So if you know somebody, a knitter or a crocheter, I do not know what the crochet projects are, but this would make a lovely gift for someone. So check out. I do have some dream knitting, which I am not going to share this episode. I'm going to save it for the next one because there's a lot in this episode. And I also wanted to talk a little bit about the Get Gifting Make-Along. It is still going strong. I did not have any pattern ideas to put up this time. I do apologize for that. That's just the way it is for this episode, but I will be back with another episode in the not too far future, and I will have some more ideas for you. So that is going on. I have a Ravelry group for it. It goes till the end of the year, and there's also tag me on Instagram, and you can use the hashtag GetGiftingMal2025 for any gifts that you have knit throughout the year or are knitting now. And the whole idea of this is to get your gifting done before the crazy holiday season and you're all stressed out. No stress. Nobody wants any stress. And that takes the pleasure out of your knitting when you're knitting because you have to, not because you want to. So that is that. And I think I'm going to leave it here at this point and wrap this up. I thank everybody so much for coming back and watching. I'm sorry it's been such a long time, but I'm so happy that I was able to get this recorded. And I will leave some video footage of what we've been up to this summer. I hope everybody is well. And again, I hope to see you real soon. Take care, everybody. Thank you. Bye.